There's a foster couple outside, Mr. Batson.
I can take care of myself.
Give these people a chance, because that's what they're giving you.
Billy is a foster kid. He's been in and out of foster homes.
This is Billy Batson.
He's a really good kid who wants the best, who sticks up for the other kids.
Hey! Man, sorry about that.
And because he is pure of heart,
Billy Batson,
he's transported to this wizard
I choose you as champion.
who endows him with this power of Shazam.
Shazam? He has this power of just saying one word and turning into a superhero.
This means Billy!
What is happening? At first, he goes to see his friend, Freddy.
You're the only person I know that knows anything about this Cape Crusader stuff.
What are your superpowers?
Superpowers, dude? I don't even know how to pee in this thing.
Freddy is a superhero fanatic. And so when he finds out that Billy is a superhero, he's like, I know exactly what to do. You have super strength!
Freddy's like, okay, we have to test your abilities. And of course, they're gonna film it.
You okay? Why are you talking? I feel like any kid who gains the power of being an adult is gonna be like, we should do things that only adults can do, duh.
I'd like to purchase some of your finest beer, please. That tastes like actual vomit. It's wish fulfillment.
I mean, what kid doesn't want to be a superhero?
Exactly. What adult doesn't want to be a superhero?
What person or kid doesn't want to be a superhero?
I'm still waiting.
Shazam is one of very few superhero characters that is genuinely stoked to be a superhero.
Your phone's charged. Your phone's charged.
The hell?
More often than not, you've got a character who is begrudgingly pulled into this, and everybody needs them, and they're like, oh, I have to save the world again. Billy Batson is stoked.
You're like a bad guy, right?
I just get to show up on set and be like, I get to do this? I get to fly around and fight bad guys?
You have bullet immunity!
You're dead.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Shazam. So last night we had the pleasure of getting a new Shazam featurette with a couple of new scenes, which is pretty damn awesome. So the movie comes out the 5th of April, which is coming up pretty damn soon. So at some point we're going to get the long-awaited second trailer that we've already broken down on this channel according to reports. So if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel DC based content on this channel. We've had a lot of DC EU news lately, which is pretty damn interesting. Why? Because they're trying to make out every movie is a standalone movie. Aquaman was a standalone movie, yet it was set post Justice League, which means the Justice League movie actually still happened, which means there will be crossover, there will be connections towards everything. So like I said, there isn't that much new footage in the trailer, which is basically Zachary Levi explaining who Shazam is. Shazam is basically a character who he is so happy to be a superhero that he cannot contain it, and obviously he is a 14-year-old boy in an adult's body, and he's getting all these super crazy powers that he can't explain. So he goes to his best friend, who's like a superhero expert, superhero fanatic, to try and help him learn how to control his powers, and of course he's excited. So we do see some DCEU Easter eggs in this trailer. Yet again, like I said, it's not a new trailer. We see the Batarang from Batman. Ben Affleck Batman is still Batman confirmed. We see a newspaper that says Superman on it, but the DCEU don't seem that concerned with their greatest asset for some reason, even though Man of Steel 2 is the most anticipated movie in the DCEU franchise, but they don't seem that concerned. So there's a newspaper that says Superman on it, which is even more evidence that, like I said, these movies are still connected. They're just not the main focus. So throughout this trailer, we do see a pretty cool scene. You know the scene when he says, "Can I have your finest beer?" And obviously we get a different take of it outside of actually Shazam spitting it out, because this is the first time he drank beer. Obviously, like we said before, the trailers are misleading and it cuts out a bunch of stuff. There's also a pretty cool scene where we see Shazam showing off with his powers, shooting lightning out of his hands, and he appears to have a guitar box on the floor. So is this his way to make money? As we do know, we will be getting the 7 deadly sins in this movie. Essentially, Shazam is going to become Shazam because the current Shazam is dying. And there will be some part of the movie where the old Shazam explains the other wizard who will be The Rock's version of Black Adam. There's been a lot of reports over the last week that The Rock's will be starting to shoot, or they want to start shooting, the Black Adam movie next year. You can't have Shazam without having Black Adam. It's like you can't have the Flash without having the Reverse Flash shown up at some point because it won't make any sense. So back in 2014, this is where Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was first outed as Black Adam. I know what you're thinking. We're now in 2019, 5 years later, and still no Black Adam. So the director, David Sandberg, was asked, and he said, yeah, at some point, because it's a classical villain. And Peter said, he's a perfect villain. So one would hope that eventually you could see these two on the screen together at some point. So this is taken from Revenge of the Fans, which in my opinion is a pretty damn good source. So they said this: the scooper revealed some insights he heard from people who saw the test screen, so careful for minor spoilers. Without being direct about it, he did hint at a mention or inclusion to Black Adam out there in the DCEU based on what some saw at the Shazam test screen. So careful spoilers, I know what they're on about, I've spoken to a bunch of people. So a bunch of people that have seen this movie are trying to say that there is a reference, or you do see Black Adam in the movie, but you don't really see him. Kind of similar to the Henry Cavill cameo role that he shot, but apparently it's not in the film. Right at the end of the movie, we do get to see, obviously, Shazam showing up at school, Freddy showing off, and he turns up with Shazam, and he turns up with a friend who is like a body double for Henry's version of Superman. So yeah, try to tell us this movie isn't connected. So it's very interesting that we might possibly be getting our first glimpse of Superman and Black Adam within this movie. But like I said, minor spoilers because it's not actually Henry Cavill and it's not actually Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm a bit skeptical that we will ever see The Rock in the Black Adam suit. Why? Because The Rock is literally so busy. He finishes one project, he jumps onto the next one, jumps onto the next one, and keeps going. So will The Rock be able to have this in his schedule in the future? Potentially. But the main villain of this movie from the trailer that we see is Dr. Savannah, and we have a kind of Zod versus Superman style fight where they're fighting in the air, which looks freaking insane. We get the exact same scene again when Billy's jumping off the roof and says Shazam, and then he turns into Shazam and flies off. So this is just to go over a bunch of details that we've had in the last couple of weeks. So if there is going to be any Man of Steel 2 news, we will keep you up to date with all the latest and greatest stuff. But the fact that the test screen people are saying that both Superman and both Black Adam were in the test screening does imply to me that there is definitely some DCEU connection inside this movie. They've also revealed recently that they've hired a screenwriter for Aquaman 2, and obviously we've got a spin-off for the trench scene, which was kind of the monster-graphic, kind of the monster scene, I guess you could say, inside the Aquaman movie, which would be pretty cool. Apparently it's being developed by James Wong, who obviously is the director for the Aquaman movie, so that's pretty cool. But I don't really think it's going to have much kind of crossover with the DCEU because they've not been very clear about what the kind of focus or the aim of that trench movie is. But it's very interesting. The problem with Warner Bros. Movies at the moment is, from what we understand here on the channel, is they have about 30 to 40 movies in development, but there aren't a lot of movies that are actually being pushed forward. Obviously, we know Birds of Prey is coming. We know that Joaquin Phoenix version of the Joker movie is coming later this year. We know Wonder Woman 2 is coming, but past that, we don't really know a lot of what is coming. I presume if this movie does well, there will be Shazam 2, and hopefully Black Adam, The Rock himself, can turn up. That would be pretty awesome because, like I said, you can't really have Shazam without having Black Adam. That would be like having a Flash movie without the Reverse Flash showing up. But like I said, guys, are we actually ever going to get this Flash movie? I don't know. I mean, that it's been scheduled to start shooting for so many different times, but obviously due to Fantastic Beasts 3 being delayed, it's obviously going to delay the Flash movie because the star, well, obviously Ezra Miller's in both of them, so they can't start shooting the Flash until Ezra Miller's schedule is open. But if that's the case, then maybe they should just recast the Flash, because the Flash TV show is so damn popular that it should be something they're pushing for. If they want to bring more fans to the DCEU, it's a simple formula. Just bring the Flash movie out, bring a Man of Steel 2 movie out, boom, and then you would get a lot more traction. You get a lot more people interested in this company and the franchise. Why? Because the Flash TV show is so popular, because they could literally replicate season 1 of the Flash, obviously do the origin stories of Barry Allen and the Reverse Flash, and that would be an absolute epic movie. Hopefully one day we will get the Flash movie. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. When they do reveal the trailer 2 for Shazam, we will be breaking it down, as I cannot wait for this movie. The more I see of Zachary playing Shazam, the more I'm kind of buying into it. At first, we were a bit skeptical here, but now I cannot wait till that movie actually comes out. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. All your comments down below. I understand a lot of my people who subscribe to the channel aren't DC fans, but you can appreciate how cool this movie actually does look. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. That would be awesome, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.